Round 2 of the Monday night happy hour and gravel trap legends were in Budapest, Hungary for 2 sprint races as part of the classic Omega series. And Sheps put the Duff car on pole for the first sprint. Second at Hockenheim behind Sheppo, it was unfortunately more of the same for Sheps. He was pressured into turn 1 from both sides, and Sheppo again stole the lead and kept it for the rest of the race, leaving Sheps to scrap for second with Eski and Cuckoo. The Hungaroring is notoriously difficult to pass at, and with the GTL drivers now having a bit more experience under their belts, there were less mistakes than at Hockenheim, making the racing extremely competitive for every inch of track. The best passing opportunity was turn 1 at the end of the long straight. However, this took immense braking control, which caught out several of even the best GTL drivers with lockups and running wide into the slippery edges of that corner. Another 13 turns, including a very tight chicane, made it a busy time on the steering wheel. And although easy to catch up on the guy ahead, getting around him was proving difficult for everyone. Eski, however, seemed to make it look easy, relegating Sheps down to third, leaving Sheps wondering just what he has to do more in this league. He is certainly fast enough, but the big kids keep stealing his play lunch. TB9 had a rough first run through the Hungaroring chicane. He qualified 10th, but getting turned around here, luckily avoiding any serious contact with other drivers. He was able to claw himself back up into 17th position by lap 13, a very strong recovery drive. TB9 unfortunately missed round 1, and he might have been underprepared for just how competitive the racing was going to be. Skull Payne and Atonje hounding Magic Mass for 5th place, the top 8 drivers all managing 2-minute average laps, with Sheppo and Eski both setting qualifying level fast 1:59s during the race. But the action wasn't just up the front. By lap 6, the hottest action had the crowds watching the battle way down the order in 13th place. Zaki 3 spent most of the race fighting off relentless attacks from Wagon, No Fools, Truey and Stu, with too many position changes to list here. But the Teflon-coated Zaki 3 managing to hold them all off, mostly just by letting them scrap it out amongst themselves. Wagon took No Frills for the top attacking spot of 14th, while Stu took Truey to join the queue at the front and wait to have his chance. No Frills had several spirited attempts, as did Wagon. Great action all of the way, but it was Truey who conquered all, and finally taking checkers in the highly contested 13th place. Here is just a snippet of the action to enjoy at Hungaroring. But by 25 minutes it was Sheppo who took checkers first. Race 2 at Hungaroring was to have a reverse top 10 start, meaning Sheppo would be on the second grid in 10th place, with a lot of work ahead of him. Cuckoo crossed second for 9th place on the second start, Eski was third, Magic 4th, and Sheps finished 5th place. Stopping on the line with some engine damage, he was luckily able to repair it in time for a starting 6th place on the second grid. Skull Payne held off a solid challenge from Atonje, 6th and 7th place. Gunner crossed 8th, his first race of the series having missed Hockenheim. Left was 9th, and Travis crossed the line in the coveted 10th position, giving him 21 points for the finish, but more importantly, Pole position for the second sprint. After Zach 18 and 11th, it was Truey who won the Zachy 3 No Frills wagon scrap, crossing the line in a very hard fought for 12th place. All cars finishing below 10th kept their finishing positions for the second sprint, which was to be a rolling start. Race 2 was interrupted after a technical glitch and finally got underway 5 minutes late, with Travis taking the green from pole position. Travis started with his eyes locked on the rearview mirror. He held the pack back until the start-finish line, letting everyone rev up and then have to back off, and then he launched. The result was a perfect start for Travis, and he led from start to finish, crossing the line with a comfortable 3-second gap to second. Travis had a rough time at round 1 in Hockenheim, so this was a very welcome outcome to the bent spoke team. Gunnar took left for second place into the chicane, and behind them, all of the top 10 were hard at work looking for gaps. A reverse grid top 10 sprint race does not leave the drivers much time to improve their positions, and so the race at the front was less surgical precision and more rush hour train station. It was exciting for spectators and for drivers, and several of the front runners were showing damaged panels by the time they had it all sorted out. Easily the most exciting battle was Eski and Magic, both top GTL drivers, both scrapping over 6th place while clearly on their way up to the front. Magic had led briefly at Hockenheim, and he finished just behind Eski in 4th place in race 1. No quarter was asked for, and certainly none given between these two very competitive drivers. Obviously no team orders at the Coopers' Stout camp. Thankfully both cars are slightly different shades of yellow, or the commentary team would never have been able to tell who was who in all the excitement, as they spent most of the race either side by side or swapping positions back and forth. Not impressed at having the best seat in the house to watch the battle, Sheps was clearly frustrated at being stuck behind them. It's hard enough to pass a single car at the Hungaroring, never mind two locked in their own personal battle, and after some hip and shoulder racing through the usually single file chicane, Sheps took a beating after nearly losing it on the grass. Like I said earlier, it wasn't tidy racing, but it certainly was exciting to watch. 17 minutes in and Magic retires after his steering wheel disconnects. Devastating for what was an epic battle, and clearly Magic had pace and had good prospects for a podium finish. This left Eski reasonably unimpeded in his charge. He took left for 3rd place. Left had picked up a couple of unfortunate track cuts earlier in the race and was forced to drive very conservatively to avoid a drive-through penalty. Sadly, Hungaroring is unforgiving on track cuts, especially when you have many drivers riding your back bumper, and Left is penalised with a drive-through. Knowing he is now out of the fight, he makes room for Skullpane and Atonje to continue theirs. Some of the track cuts were awarded during an earlier incident that was out of Left's control, but he took the penalty and got stuck back into the race a little bit further down the order. Left is one of the good buggers in GTL. Cuckoo and Sheps have been scrapping since the race began, and in the closing laps it heated up as they both advanced forward. With both drivers setting nearly identical lap times, they now went straight head-to-head for the last 7 minutes. The main straight became a drag strip, and every corner an under and over. Sheps finished 2 places ahead of Cuckoo at Hockenheim, and Cuckoo finished race 1 at Hungaroring 3 places ahead of Sheps. These are 2 very evenly matched drivers, and I doubt this will be the last time we see them battling for every position on track. With 6 races still on the calendar, it's too early to pick a favourites, but it's going to be a lot of fun watching them sort it out between themselves. Meanwhile, Shepo was gradually making progress. Starting in 10th place, with just 8 minutes left on the clock, he was challenging Skullpane for 4th place. No dramas here. Shepo just smoothly and surely inching his way forward. Skullpane, of course, making him work for every single one of those inches. But with just 2 laps left to run, Shepo moves up into 4th place. The same technique he showed at Hockenheim, a smooth Omega just seems to go quicker than a fast Omega. A great drive from Shepo. Just 2 laps to go and Eski takes a damaged Gunner for 2nd place. It's the same as Left. Gunner's been carrying damage from someone else's incident and he's been putting up a damn good fight. But Eski cuts under him on turn 1 and relegates him down to 3rd place. Still a great result. Sheps and Cuckoo have been racing hard, so hard they actually catch up on Atonje in 6th. Atonje is a hell of a nice guy, but he's not moving out of their way for anything, and so it becomes a great three-way scrap for 6th place. The Tiger car versus Stoke versus Duff, a battle for the ages. And Cuckoo loses the braking battle at turn 1. He locks up and forces both himself and Atonje wide, and Sheps moves through to take 6th place. An uncommon mistake from Cuckoo, and he pulls over and redresses the position back to Atonje. Just the kind of hard but fair racing we like to see at GTL. Good on ya. Last lap, and Travis, 3 seconds clear, brings the bent spoke machine in for a comfortable win at Hungaroring. No dramas, just keeping it clean. Travis will head to Monza in 7th place overall, a big recovery from round 1 where he was 18th. 2nd place is Eski from an 8th place start. Aggressive, determined drive and great points for the leaderboard, taking him to 2nd overall in the championship. 3rd place is Gunner, nursing his wounded Isuzu over the line and very much deserving a cold beer for a job well done. Series leader Sheppo is 4th over the line. 1st at Hockenheim, 1st in race 1 and 4th in race 2 here at Hungary. There is no question Sheppo is the odds-on favourite for the series, who moves on to Monza with 117 points, 4 points clear of Eski in 2nd place. Skullplane is 5th home and 5th on the leaderboard. No podiums yet, but good consistent finishes is keeping him with the leaders, and he takes 101 points to Monza for the next series of sprints. Great racing from everyone tonight. The stewards get an easy week. They can build up their strength for round 3, double sprints at the Temple of Speed, Monza. There is no question it will be all action, especially the turn 1 chicane with dodgy Omega brakes. Looking forward to it.